creepy bastards, welcome back to another episode of Any Last Words. I'm your host, Joe. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and follow button so you don't miss another episode. And if you're not, welcome back. Oh man, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. A little bit of a horror and rock news-ish, I guess. But hi, Iris. Thanks for joining, darling. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. So tonight we are going to talk about something that just kind of like popped up today. I don't know if it just like came out today or if it came out a few days ago. We kind of all know what's going on with the world now. Some things make sense. Some things seem like a bunch of nonsense, but I guess we're just trying to make our way through it the best we can. So, hey, Fabrizio, thanks for joining, darling. Yeah, so there's been this, I don't really like to label people as Gen anything, but I guess it has to be. So it is. I guess Gen Z and cancel culture are going after Eminem for a lyric that was said in a Rihanna song quite a few years ago. And because of that, they want him gone, which really, if you're going to pick on him for that, you really need to dig deeper into his music and educate yourself. But hey, Goody, how you doing, darling? But yeah, so I guess Corey Taylor is kind of, he's a very outspoken artist, and so obviously he had something to say about this. Let me see if I can get the video up. Let's see, share screen. Oh, wait. I think I'm doing this right. I never know what I'm doing. Uh-oh, wrong one. Let's see. Okay. It's a clip I got from Loudwire, and it was, if you guys are like me, you're not a Gen Z. I don't even know what the hell I'd be like. Not a millennial. I know I'm not a millennial. Anyway, if you are familiar with like old school MTV and Matt Penfield, he actually has like a radio show that he has now. I don't know if it's associated with Loudwire or not, but they picked up this interview and they showed it, and I kind of clipped it down a little bit just so we don't have to see the whole thing. It's like 30 something seconds, but let's see if I can click on it. Okay, hopefully that'll be better. Okay. I don't even know if you guys heard all that. Everything. I freaking hate the internet. Like I said, Iris, I'm not new. I'm just dumb. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, since you're new, Iris, real quick, normally I do interviews, I do all kinds of different stuff. So if you check out my YouTube channel, or go back on some videos on my Facebook page, you see like I just do a variety of stuff. That's all horror and or rock related. So a lot of indie horror too, but yeah. Anyway, okay, it's not gonna show it. But basically he's saying that no, I wrote it down. Hold on. I knew I had a backup for a reason. Let me get this quoted the best I can. He says basically everything's really out of control right now. You hear a lot of Gen Z is starting to cancel Eminem over one line that was in a Rihanna song, and I'm just like, this is where we're at right now. I mean, at this point, you're talking about a Salem witch trial. You're taking things completely out of context. Um, wait, out of complete. I can't even read my handwriting right now. I wrote it so fast. Anyway, he's saying you're taking things out of context rather than really thinking about what it is that you're going after. And he's supposed to be writing a new book, and it's basically going to rant all about cancel culture and Gen Z, um, things like that. He's very outspoken. He thinks this is kind of crazy. I kind of agree with him. No, I don't kind of. I absolutely agree with him on that. Especially if you're just gonna pick out that one song. I mean, Eminem's been around since shit. I think I was in junior high when Eminem came out, and the things that he said back then in comparison to now are very like it's different. So yeah, you should really look into what you're gonna complain about before you do it. So anyway, I digress. So hey Richard Lopez, thanks for joining, and hey Robert, good to see you again, darling. Um, so yeah, that's the Corey Taylor deal. You can go on Loudwire and see the whole interview. It's not very long. Well, the clip that I had wasn't very long, but there is a longer version of the interview on the Loudwire site. So moving on, or you guys can tell me what you think about that while I move on. Um, um, ooh, I found this out today, and I thought that was pretty cool. Christina Ricci, she's kind of making a return back into these scary movies a little bit. We grew up watching her in Casper, The Addams Family, Sleepy Hollow, um, Black Snake Moan. She played Lizzie Borden. She has done a lot of these really good, intense movies. And she has another one coming up. It's going to be a supernatural thriller called Monstrous. And the plot basically is her and her 7-year-old son escape from, an abusive home, and they end up getting caught up in this suspenseful mess. So it doesn't really go in a little deeper into the plot, but I guess you can kind of use your imagination on what it might be. So let's see, Fabrizio. Let's see, I'll put this up here so I can read a little better. I think they are favor of cancel culture and they say is good, but when they do, they say is not fair and they don't like it. Right? Yeah. No, I see a lot of that too. I mean, I understand some some people are trying to. Some people have really good intentions, and then some people just bandwagon, and then some people are just so offended by everything they just can't even stand themselves, and they have to make everyone else miserable for it as well. So, I mean, to me, I'll get into one more thing about it, but like the Pepe Le Pew, like, oh my gosh, because the cat wasn't consensual. Jesus Christ, people! This cartoon came out when our grandparents were out. Okay. Number two, if you're going to complain about that, you really need to look at what's present and what your children are currently watching, not the shit that half of our kids aren't even watching because it's so old nobody cares. Like Family Guy, for instance. If you've ever really watched Family Guy and really paid attention to what's happening, there is so much pedophilia, there's um, bestiality, there's incest, there's all kinds of stuff that goes on in Family Guy, and you guys are complaining about a cartoon skunk that just wants to make out with a fucking cat because he doesn't know any better. Like he's dumb, you know what I'm saying? Like he don't get it. Family Guy, it's a plethora of this shit, and you guys are complaining about Pepe Le Pew. That's all I gotta say about that. Thank you for listening. So, oh, let's see. Much love from Popar. Oh, hey, thanks. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Pepe was a pervert. Pepe was a pervert. He was a pervert. But like I said, if you I am not saying what he did was right, even though it's a fictional character, but I'm just kind of pointing out if you guys are going to complain, not you guys, but if the people who are complaining and trying to put a stop to this stuff are going to go to that in that direction, then you should really be looking at what's current, because what's current is what's conditioning our children. It's what's conditioning society. So that I think that's what Corey Taylor's kind of getting at too at the same time. Like we're not really thinking about this shit. We're taking a lot of things they're taking a lot of little things out of context and making them a lot worse than what they are. Um, or things are, I'm not saying these are. I'm not going to do it because I'm just going to tangent off in a different direction. But anyway, yeah, but it was a cartoon. You're absolutely right. It was a cartoon. So, but I don't know. I have no control over this shit. My opinion doesn't matter, so I'm just here. I can't make a difference in this. I just, whatever. But thanks for listening to that rant, guys. Anyway, let's go back into some movies because this one, I'm glad Christina Ricci is going to be doing some more because I love Christina Ricci. Grew up on her. She is like she is just Wednesday Adams. Like I mean, you can go back and look at the old black and whites, but you don't think of that when you think of Adam's Family. You think of Christina Ricci because she was just so fucking perfect in it. I loved it. So I'm excited for that one. The next one, I'm not excited for, but I thought it was interesting enough to share. Um, yeah, this one it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Let me give a little banners up for this because I prepped and everything for today, and then it just kind of like I got into myself. So yeah, the next topic, Adam Sandler to be the next Scream King. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Um. Oh, Sean. Whoa, what cartoon? Oh, we were just talking about like Pepe Le Pew and what I think like people need to be focused on things like Family Guy if you're going to focus on bad cartoons in a nutshell. Um, let's see. But I'd watch that as shown. I saw it as funny, not anything else. No, I did too. I thought it was funny because I'm like, this dumb skunk doesn't get that that's a damn cat. And she's like, you're gross, you're stinky, and you're annoying. Get away from me. That's how I saw it. I saw nothing about he's trying to rape this cat or anything. I didn't know any of that. That was not a normal thing that went through my mind. I digress. Anyway, that has nothing to do with Adam Sandler and what you see on the screen. Um, yeah. Uh, So Pepe Le Pew and that cat had a relationship like that. Are you saying they had it like that? Like maybe they just played a little game like that, maybe? I don't know. What other things do in their bedroom ain't none of my business. Anyway, so yeah, Adam Sandler is our next topic. And I was kind of confused by this a little bit. I'm not excited about it. But like I said, I felt it was interesting enough to share. Um Adam Sandler is actually going to be not going to be, he is up to star in a movie that is going to be produced by Ari Aster of Hereditary, and it's a horror movie, and he's going to star in it. And I was like, why? It's fucking Adam Sandler. I know he had that. What was that Halloween one that just came out? Like I never watched it. Everybody said it was so bad, and I have theories about previews with movies. Like I have a couple of theories about movies. If the preview is really long and it's really good, they probably just showed you all the best parts in the movie. I'm not saying that I'm 100% accurate, but I noticed that that happens a lot of times. Also, if you watch a movie and the credits are at the beginning of the movie, it might be because they wanted to make sure everybody's names were seen because you probably won't make it to the end of that movie. Not saying I'm right. I just noticed that happens a lot. So, yeah, I don't see it too much. Let's see. You can almost call all the things as sexual and derogatory now. It's up to the interrelation now. Yeah, no, you're right. Seeing his performance on Reign Over Me, I really think Sandler has potential for a darker tone film. Uh, yeah, I liked him in the oh, what was that called? Uncut Gems? Is that what it was called? Where he was the jeweler, the jewel broker or whatever? That was actually a really good movie. I really liked him in that one. Um, I don't know. I hope because I saw like the Punch Drunk Love like way back in the day. I remembered it was okay. It just I think it's just because I was just used to seeing Adam Sandler as just like the funny guy. I think a lot of people were because I think it took a while for people to really warm up to that movie if you didn't like it off the bat. I don't know. I may have to watch it again, but I just remember I didn't really care for it too much. I don't know. There was a couple Adam Sandler movies I didn't really care for, but he tried. You can't win them all, man. Let's see. Yes, Uncut Gems. That was a badass movie. That was a badass movie. And actually, I would like to watch that again. Actually, so um, Christopher. It was obviously more known that he chased her, but there were other episodes where she was chasing him to get it on. There are a lot of relationships like that where one chases the other. Yeah, relationships are like that. You always got one person chasing the other because sometimes we get bored or distracted, or people kind of have flows. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Christopher. Um, yeah, and yeah, funny guys are usually great dramatic actors. 'Cause you're not afraid to let it all out there. Hmm, okay, okay. Are you trying to persuade me with this movie right now that I'm not excited to see? Oh, it's gonna be called, Dream Scenario Dream Scenarios? I think that's what it's gonna be called. But, yeah. But it's the producer from Hereditary, which I am sorry, not sorry, I fucking hated Hereditary. I thought the movie was so stupid. It was so it was just, like, it was overly predictable, and I saw oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I saw it in the theater because I really needed to walk away from that movie. Yeah, so sorry, not sorry, Hereditary sucked. Moving on, is this am I done with this card? Am I done with this card? Oh, yeah, I'm done with that card. Next card. And let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, if anybody out there is an American Horror Story fan or kind of an American Horror Story fan, I'm kind of on the fence because there were some seasons that were really shitty, and there were some seasons that I thought were really, really well put together. But there's gonna be another one. It's American Horror Story season 10. It's called Pilgrim. And there was what's her name? Leslie Grossman. She posted on her Instagram like this graphic T-shirt that was made, and it has like a bunch of different symbols, a couple of words, some dates on there. Um, what was on it? I'm trying to think what was on it because I don't want to pull the picture up right now because the internet's so stupid it might lag this shit again. Um, let's see, Christopher, Robin Williams, Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler were all phenomenal actors. Plenty more comedians can rock the serious role. Yeah, but you know what though? Like, I get what you're saying, and I agree with that. But there were some serious, dark Robin Williams movies that I didn't like. There were some that were good. Well, I mean, he didn't do like a whole lot, but like What Dreams May Come. I mean, I know that's not really like a horror movie, but it is like more of a serious, dark, sad, grieving movie. He was fucking amazing in that movie, and just the graphics in that movie was fucking dope as shit too. Like that just totally changed my blew my mind as a teenager watching that. Like, holy crap! Um, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey can play like a dark role. Like, what was that movie? 23 or the number 23 or something, where he's all like, it was different. It was totally different because, like I said earlier, we're kind of used to seeing these people in these roles, so it kind of throws you off when you see them. Um, I just he was almost borderline Nick Cage creepy to me in that movie. He was good, but he was kind of borderlining Nick Cage, which really creeps me out and it really turns me off from it. You guys can go on and hate me now. uh, let's see. Robin Williams, his role in Law and Order SVU was awesome. Ooh, I don't think I saw that one. I used to watch that one a long time ago, like SVU, and then they had Trial and Jury or something like that. I liked that one, but it didn't last very long, so I was kind of bummed about that. But yeah, I gotta look that one up because I don't know if I saw that one or not. What Dreams Would Come is my favorite movie of all time. Yes, that movie I do. I love that movie. It's not my favorite of all time, but I think that it's a fucking deep, great movie. Visually awesome. Everything. Everybody was great in it. Oh, did he win an Emmy for that? That's cool. That's awesome. Oh, hey Richard, how you doing, darling? Oh, but yeah, I miss Robin Williams. He was so great. He was so great. Oh, weird thing, because I don't know if you guys like do conspiracy theories or not, but I do on my other show, Girls Going Gin, every Thursday night at 7 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube Live. Plug plug. Um, there was one where they talked about the conspiracy theory of like Robin Williams' suicide. Um, and it was weird because my ex-boyfriend was in the hospital that day, and I don't remember what we were there for, but I was visiting him before I had to go to work, and he had it on Family Guy, and that episode played where he like, and I was like, this is kind of like awkward to watch in a hospital right now. Like, okay, I gotta go. But I left, and I went all the way around the hospital, got into the elevator. By the time I got to the bottom of the elevator, my ex had texted me and said, "Oh, do you know Robin Williams just like killed himself?" And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, kind of the way we just literally watched that." And it was just like, so yeah, I think that was a little suspicious. So anyway, I'm going on. So yeah, let's see. Okay, Fabrizio, what you got to say about this? Fabrizio, me as a Mexican, I'm gonna say Speedy Gonzalez. I didn't find racist, and they don't offend me. A lot of Mexicans like Speedy Gonzalez. That's what I thought. You know what though? I do have a theory that these because there's a left, there's a right, there's a middle, but basically they're all in the same pot to me. That's all it is. I think they just kind of want us to have stuff to complain about. I think they want us to do things because if you notice a lot of these things that have come out are like usually by like little weird random articles about this journalist that's saying that they're offended or they feel that this isn't right. And they're kind of saying that all these people are or should be offended. And it's like, who's saying this? You're saying this. We're not saying this. But anyway, I think it just puts ideas in people's heads when they do things like that. And then it kind of helps give people something to bitch about. That's just my theory. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm just saying that's what I think about it. And say ways. But thank you, Fabrizio, for sharing that. I appreciate it. Um, ooh, Kevin, I like that. I like that. Robin Williams would have been an amazing Joker in Tim Burton's Batman, as well as Riddler and Batman Forever. I like that, and I agree with that. I think he would have been amazing. Jim Carrey was amazing, but yeah, I could definitely see that. That's awesome. Um, yes, Corey Taylor is going to be at Frightmare, and I can't wait to go to Frightmare. I think they moved us to September, right, Richard? I don't know why they're not keeping it. Y'all ain't doing nothing anymore. You guys are like, hey, we're free. Let's go do our thing. Take your masks off, wave them around, burn them. They're not burning them. Don't get any ideas, guys. But um, let's see. Okay, Fabrizio. It's funny. Oh wait, it's funny is that with respect, Americans take the right to speak of a Mexican character by saying that he is racist and that he offends us. And they ask Mexicans, and it turns out the most do not even mind. Thank you. Thank you, Fabrizio. Thank you for that, sir. I appreciate that. Yes, Robin Williams is missed. Um, let's see. You made a big post about Speedy. You know what? I did read that this morning. It was very early this morning, so that's why I didn't reply because I was still getting coffee in. But I did read that. So, and no, you're right. Yeah, and I think you had some other people like on there too, commenting about like how they did like Speedy or they did something similar too, and like nobody even bothered with it, or they were asked as well to do certain things by that culture, and nobody cared. So because that makes me worried too. Like you hear these things on TV, and then it makes you worry sometimes when you go out into the well, maybe me because I don't go out so much anymore. Um, but it kind of makes me worry. Like sometimes, what if I say the wrong thing to somebody and somebody actually is offended? Because believe it or not, those people really do walk out in the world. They're not as common as a lot of us, but they do walk out in the world where they're very high guard and they're very offended by everything. And a lot of it is what they see on TV that is probably not even true, or it's only half true with a bunch of shit sprinkled on the end of it. But yeah, I get a little nervous sometimes saying certain things. So yeah, I'm white as hell, so that doesn't help. Having a Hispanic sounding last name sometimes helps until you see my face. But if you ask the Department of Transportation here in America, I am considered Hispanic. So, which is not true. It is not true at all. Not there's anything wrong with it, but the government's a liar. So, and they're making me lie too. Let's see. Fabrizio says there's been let's see, many movies to this day that paint us as if we all lived on ranches and deserts and are drunks. And they think that we sleep in cactuses and they do not complain about that. They get angry about something that I think more than one character over 40 years old. Thank you. No, I agree. Like, yeah, just a lot of stuff is all mixed up. Everything's all screwed up. They're messing us up is what they're doing by putting this crap out there. And it's not fair. It's not right. We just all want to get along and live together. You know what I mean? Like, at least I hope that's what we all want to do. So, yes, Robin Williams always played a great villain. Except for what was that like? it was either 1 Hour Photo or it was like that other one that was like really weird, and I just didn't like it. It was one of the two. I don't remember which one it was. Um, Christopher. There were Hispanics that commented on that post. Not one Hispanic I know is against speedy and slowpoke. Honestly, I've never heard anybody complain about it. I mean, it's so old. Who even thinks about that shit anymore? Where do you even see that anymore? Besides, like YouTube, where are people watching this to be so offended by it? I don't know. That's right. That is right. You're absolutely right. Be yourself and don't worry about who you are ever. That's right. That's right. But yeah, so the world's screwed up. So, and Corey Taylor is going head on by writing a book and doing lots of interviews about how this is screwed up. So, and good for him. So, yeah, I agree. If you're a racist, you're sick. I don't understand that. We're all people, you know? Dick, not sick. I'm both. I'd say both. Because if you're racist, you're probably sick in the head somewhere, you know? Whatever. They got to live with that, not us, right? Like they got to live with that hate and that drama for their life. No, let them be. Ugh, okay, so real quick, back to this stupid American Horror Story because we got a couple minutes left. Anyway, American Horror Story 10 is called Pilgrim. It kind of seems like because they're not really telling anybody about it. Like they show like a pilgrim's hat and like teeth and a mermaid and a key, and then there's like a 1600s date on there, like when the pilgrims landed 1692 or 72, whatever. I don't know. Me not so smart. Anyway, um, so yeah, and so the Pilgrims land. There's the date for the Pilgrims landing. It's called Pilgrims. Got a pilgrim hat. There's a mermaid teeth. All this weird crap. I'm kind of thinking that they're going to take this back to like a Roanoke type of deal, and it's going to fucking suck harder than Roanoke. Or they're trying to make up for how bad Roanoke sucked because Roanoke sucked. I'm still not fully caught up on American Horror Story because the 1984. I am sorry, not sorry. I'm not a huge fan of camp slashers too much. They're okay. Um, actually, the only one I'm actually excited to see is the indie film, The Reunion from Hell. That's the only one I've actually been excited to see because it does look really good. It pays homage to, a bunch of horror movies that we all know and love, and it looks really fun. It's not serious like the ones that we see. So yeah, I haven't really watched all of '84, and I haven't gotten past that. I just can't. I don't know. It's like Roanoke. I didn't even finish Roanoke. I just let that shit play in the background until it was over with, and then I was like, "Yay, I finished it!" Yeah. Um. Let's see. Um. What's this? Corey Taylor will end up writing a chapter about Mike Patton. And actually, I don't know who Mike Patton is. I might know his. I'm horrible with names. I'm really good with faces. um, Kevin says, I was hoping season 10 of American Horror Story would take place in space. Really? Oh, like aliens? Like go back like that? Or I don't know. That would maybe. I don't know. Some of their seasons were really good. Some of their seasons just kind of fucking blew. So now I am not really super excited to see American Horror Story too much anymore. Um, I thought Apocalypse was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that one's pretty dope. I guess because of the time that we were at, and then if you go back and watch it now with all the things that's happened in the past year, it's been like, I wish that would have happened. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, pay homage to aliens or something along that line. Hopefully not Leprechaun in space, because that sucked too. I'm gonna watch it later this month, but it sucked too. Let's see. I think American Horror Story let go of a plot that are from the aliens and they used it in Asylum. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay, no, so Asylum was good. I did like Asylum. The first season, it actually took me a little while to get into American Horror Story because I saw the first season when it first came out, and I watched it all the way through, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, it's good, but I don't know if I feel it's that good to keep watching it. So then when it came out, I wanna say it was like Hulu or something, I watched it over again, and I think a season or 2 had gone by after, so I hadn't really seen anything. And then I was trying to catch up as soon as I could because Freak Show was coming out. And I love the circus. I love the old sideshow circus. I mean, they were horrible. They were horribly run. There were good and bad to it because it did give people with medical um, rarities and oddities, with their bodies and things like that. It did give them a place and a purpose because I've read a lot about this stuff. It gave them a place and a purpose. It gave them a job. It gave them a tiny smidge of normality. But unfortunately, like society wasn't very accepting of, the medical oddities and all this other stuff because it's different. I mean, if we see it now, we might glance just a little bit, but we're not going to do it like, back in the 40s and everything like that, where it was like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? What's that thing on your face right there? No, 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 no. Yeah, no, no, right there. Yeah. So totally different times. And those people were like abused. They were very much taken advantage of. A lot of them ended up alcoholics, and a lot of tragic things happened to those people. But I digress. I love the Freak Show, so I was excited when Freak Show came out. That is one of my favorite seasons of American Horror Story. And my dad is a very like reserved person. Um, he doesn't even really curse much in front of me, and I'm almost 40 years old. And so I kind of like I was at his house and I had it on and he sat and he watched it for a minute and he actually kind of liked it. He's like, "This is a cool little show." And I was like, "Are you serious? Wait, you just watched the same thing. You weren't looking at your phone, right?" Like, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, then after that, it was like after I want to say after Freak Show, it felt pretty touch and go on the season. So like I said, I'm not super excited when a new season comes out. I'm not very excited for this one because I feel that it's either going to try to make up for the shit show of Roanoke or it's going to be some kind of companion or continuation or some kind of link. Maybe it was like, everybody from Roanoke disappeared. So maybe they're going to go back and you can see when the people landed there or, you know what I'm saying? Like they took their journey. Maybe that's why there's a mermaid in it and shit and there's waves in the graphic t-shirt that's shown as a teaser. So yeah, I don't know. I just for some reason I strongly feel that it's gonna be tied to Roanoke. I really, really do, and I think it's gonna suck. So we'll see what happens. I didn't see a date on when it's gonna be released. They just basically said like the title of the season is revealed, and then this is your little teaser, which is just a graphic T-shirt with a collage of um, like little Easter eggs for the season, basically. I suppose that's the best way I can put it. So yeah. Anyways, Kevin, we don't speak of Leprechaun 4. Dude, you're not the first one to tell me that lately. Oh my gosh. Um, Adam says, I wish they would bring back Alexandria Beckham. Slutty Maid season 1. She was good. Oh, she was so gorgeous too. But yeah, she was a slutty ass little hoe. Oh my gosh. Oh, who's that? Oh, he's so hot. I'm gonna say it right now. Um, he's like the newer guy on American Horror Story, like the past few seasons, I should say. And then he's like, oh God, what's his name? What's his name? I can't remember his name. He's so fucking pretty. He's just so pretty. Oh, someone help me, please. But he played oh Jesus. I'm trying to think of like Apocalypse and stuff. I want to say he was like one of the vampire guys in Apocalypse, but he's got the blue eyes and he's got like the darker hair and he's just, oh God, he's so pretty. Sorry, I didn't want to pull the stand out and rehook it because I've moved locations of the room. So I'm holding it like a fucking nerd tonight, trying to act cool. Hey, so like, how do you feel about the new Slipknot album? Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I want to say his name's Sebastian, but I think his name might have been Sebastian in the show. God, he's pretty. I'm gonna stop now. Thinking about too much. Yeah. Anyway, do you want to see any last words in space? Oh, dude, I get motion sickness. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that shit. I'm scared of heights. Like, I'm dizzy like all the time. I'm good. How any last words? Giving space. um, Oh, what's this for you? Okay. Says, and if someone gets angry for defending something like Speedy, saying that it's bad, tell them that a Mexican sees you and that they do not find it offensive. All right, Frizio. I'll do that. Let's see. Oh, hey, Adam. I'm sorry, darling. The name just clicked. I'm sorry, darling. Mwah. Hello, and thank you. I think it will be about a crazy mom and son or something. Macaulay Culkin is supposed to get in on with Kathy Bates. Are you saying it's like for this season? Like, is Macaulay Culkin going to be in this season? Or are you just teasing and making up something? That would be pretty dope if it was like they took like the pilgrims and like set up this Home Alone type deal to like fend off from whatever like creature is lurking out there to rob them out of their tents every night or some shit. I don't know. Set up booby traps. Um, see. Kevin Starr highly recommended that you check out the Michael Myers Absolute Evil fan film documentary. Also, would be a pretty cool topic. All right, awesome. I will put that down on the list. I'll put that down on the list for suggestions, and I'll probably pull that up in the next week or two. So thank you for that. Yeah, like so. Yeah, like I said, not super excited for it, and I'll still probably try to watch it anyway. I'm not gonna lie. I'll still probably give it a shot, but I'm just not excited about it. Yeah, I'm just not. But yeah, so that's all of my ranting and Holly weird news for tonight. So thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. And if you guys wouldn't mind, like this video and share it. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you're up to getting notifications from people like constantly for the videos. I know sometimes they get annoying, but sometimes they're nice. And oh hey Steve, thanks for tuning in, darling. So yeah, and also I have my merch store. Also, I have the link below. If the Threadless, it's called Threadless is the name of the company. My Threadless store. Oh my god, my brain is shutting down already. My lord. I get off my tangent and I'm fucking broken. Jesus. Anyway, you guys go check out my Threadless store. If you guys look at the post that I have on my Facebook page, there is a promo link in there you guys can use, and you will get the items at my cost. So check that out if you guys want to get any of your own Any Last Words merch. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow night. I have no clue what I'm gonna talk about yet, but I'll figure it out in the morning with Gran. So, all right, you creepy bastards. I love your faces, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Hope you have nightmares about me. Have a good night, guys.